The Navy is investigating how someone managed to upload more than 100 sexual videos of U.S. service members to an adult website without their consent. It's a story we first told you about Saturday night right here on NewsNation Prime. The Navy opening this investigation more than 4 years ago after learning the videos, some including the names and ranks of military members, were posted on Pornhub. Those videos have been taken down. But now there are newly unsealed documents indicating the incidents took place aboard ships and facilities at a base in Guam. The warrant also reveals the videos, which include audio, appears to capture military members masturbating in bathroom stalls, completely unaware they're being filmed by hidden cameras through holes in the wall. Here now, former Naval Intelligence Officer John Jordan. John, I really appreciate you joining us on this.
Yeah, you owe me for doing this story, Natasha. This is really disgusting.
It's awful, and I just want to get your reaction as we're seeing these unsealed documents here. It's hard to imagine what a violation this is for these service members, especially posted with name and rank. What's your reaction?
Yeah, so aside from the fact this is just disgusting and hideous in every way, just from a human point of view, this is enormously destructive to good order and discipline. In the military, you have people, predominantly men, living in close quarters, who's, especially when there's differentiation in ranks, which is different from civilian life, where you have to have moral authority and you have to be able to give orders. You have to be able to order people to do dangerous things, and you have to be able to command the respect of your subordinates. This goes to the very heart of everything the Navy tries to teach in terms of leadership over the last 300 years. The very essence of the Navy has been built around that. And command bearing has been completely undermined for a lot of these Navy leaders. And probably their careers are kind of ruined, or at least they're damaged through basically no fault of their own. They were in their private, they were assuming they were doing something in private and nobody else was involved. They're going to go after these people that did this. There's 102 videos posted in January of 2020, and it's just a matter of time until the Naval Criminal Investigative Service is able to sleuth this out.
Yeah, how will the NCIS likely handle this going forward, and what kind of consequences could and should this individual or individuals face?
Well, this person will be court-martialed. There's a wide range of statute of the sections under the Uniform Code of Military Justice that are available to the Judge Advocate General's office. That's the Navy's in-house legal division team, as it were. They'll piece it together, and they've done a lot of this by looking at the surroundings of the individuals. So they can tell where it was, which bathroom, which base. It looks like this is a Pacific issue, so it looks like it's Guam, and they're able to isolate the ships. And then right now they've also subpoenaed, and I think about to serve a warrant to gather the account info for the individual that posted it to Pornhub. There's a huge trail on something like this, and more than enough clues for professional investigators to chase down the malefactor.
Would you say this is an individual likely with an axe to grind? Why would someone go to such an extreme to film their fellow service members in the bathroom?
Okay, well, you're asking me to speculate, and I'll play. So, to me, 102 videos across a broad range of commands, a broad range of individuals, does not suggest an axe to grind against the individuals in question, because that's an awful lot of videos, an awful lot of places, and an awful lot of people. So I think this is probably somebody that's truly maybe some mental health issues, at a minimum, some serious character deficiencies, but this does not look right now targeted on any one individual or group of individuals.
Yeah, and does the security of our bases concern you here, that there is such a malicious bad actor who was on that base?
Yeah, I mean, you have the military, hundreds of thousands of people in the American military, and you're going to have some bad apples, and they have to be brought to justice. And in this case, swift and severe justice needs to be meted out, partially to deter others, and also to make sure that people don't laugh about it and think this is funny, or that the Navy looks the other way, because that can be part of a much longer set of consequences for morale and good order and discipline in the Navy as a whole.
All right. Former Naval Intelligence Officer John Jordan, I appreciate your time. Thank you for speaking on this. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.